next presenter is SST Wireless, and with digital transformation speeding up very quickly and higher connectivity, faster Wi-Fi, the Internet of Things looks like it's going to be an increasingly accelerating market and needs a lot of capabilities to manage it. And the one thing that does require to work the IoT is better sensors. So SST Wireless has developed a number of wireless plug-and-play sensors and gateways to help accelerate the adoption of industrial IoT. I'd like to welcome Christopher Chong, President and CEO of SST Wireless.
Thank you very much. Guys, really nice to be here today. I'm going to talk a little bit about something that is happening around the world, but not too many of us are actually thinking about it. It's the industrial IoT sector. And we call ourselves the Industrial IoT for Everyone company because there's a large problem that no one is actually addressing. Did you know that if you're not a large enterprise customer, and let's say a small, medium-sized company that's in an industrial, which still represents 98% of the market, you're not engaged. Less than 10% of industrial customers are using sensors, monitoring technologies, predictive analytics, all the stuff you hear about. And the reason is very complicated. First of all, the technology that's out there, like what you see on the screen, with lots of cables to sophisticated and very complex ecosystem of providers and technologies, installers, trainers, is just a really daunting process. It's very expensive as well. For most small, medium-sized companies, family businesses, this is out of reach. And if they do invest in all of that, making sense of the data and getting enough data that you can actually train machine learning to get to the analytics is really difficult. So what we have done over the last 5 years is invested heavily in solving all these issues. So the first thing I want to show you, that image is a water pump that's used in municipalities to make sure that you can flush your toilet and get water out of your taps. And our sensors are helping them monitor these critical equipment at a very low cost, and they can install it themselves. We made the cost of acquiring and implementing technologies very simply. Not only can the service be as a monthly subscription, we can also provide all of the products, the sensors and gateways, as part of a monthly fee. And then we help them make sense of all the data, because you can actually monitor data. It's pretty simple, like this. And you can also set alarms. But really what the critical part is being able to aggregate the data from our customers so that they can actually compare machine to machine. And over time, we can actually capture trainable events. And that's really how you get to machine learning. This is the secret part that no one is really getting. And this is something that we're doing. And in the breakout session, I can actually explain a little bit more about that. It's a massive market. You know, we have been targeting areas that we know that we can make an impact so that we can actually demonstrate our use cases. These are some of the areas where we have significant traction. And as you can see, each one of these has large names or revenues that we're generating attached to it, and we're continually scaling up as a company. You know, going after this market, it's like they say, you know, you can't boil the ocean, and we don't want to. So we've actually taken our go-to market in strategies that kind of build upon each other. Like when you build a house, the foundation is with our OEM partners, where we have taken our products and integrated with their vehicles or their machines. It goes out to the customers. It creates scale. It validates our technology and allows us to actually ramp up production. The second stage where we have spent a lot of time is working with enterprise customers where we're solving a specific challenge. The other thing is that it establishes credibility. You know, when we're after the small, medium-sized companies out there, they might not know us at all, but some of these names of customers, they'll definitely recognize and help us get there. We're at the kind of third part, where we're now taking all these technologies, our plug-and-play, do-it-yourself type of systems, and making this available to the general industrial customer base out there with distribution, e-commerce channels, lots of learning, lots of fun out there. And this is where we're getting to as a next as a company. We're still a small team. It's still heavily focused on the engineering and production side. So what the use of funds right now is to ramp up our sales and marketing as we kind of come out of this whole COVID and the industrial slowdowns and restrictions that we've seen so far. As a company, we were affected by the COVID like a lot of other people, but right now we have a lot of traction, a lot of projects that were on hold are back at it. For example, you know, as a company, we have invested in these technologies Each one is very unique. We actually have 1 patent granted and 7 in the works because of all the unique innovations that we have done. We have pretty interesting customer base that's behind us, and some of them have actually said that we are the only approved vendor for a lot of these technologies. We have developed our platform where all the data goes and lives and is dynamically driven on AWS platform. And we also have a lot of interesting projects that are now coming to fruition. And you can see some here, interesting projects that we're going to see over the next year. In the funding stage, we're doing 1.75 million Series A. There's $530,000 left. And since the last presentation here in July, we have received $200,000 in investments. So we expect that our round should close fairly soon. We have VCs, we have angel groups, a number of different people in our investor categories. A little bit of press release and coverage in the media we can talk about a little bit later. But other than that, please join me in the breakout session. I would like to show you our technology, how it works in real time, and connect with me on LinkedIn, email. And by the way, this photo is our facilities in Vancouver, BC, where we actually engineer and manufacture our own products. Thank you very much for your time.